by the Fanatics Jimmy Kearns and Brian Byrne on the Fanatics Network.
Man, so May 4th, Dolphins organization took a huge loss. Coach Shula passed on. We know that, you got to play, 5 years under him, I believe it was?
6, I think. Yeah, 6.
6 years under him. What can you give us something what it was like? He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. Can you tell us a little bit what it was like to play for him and just your impression of him as a coach and just some insight?
Well, the thing is that, very seldom you get an opportunity to play with someone of Coach Shula's stature. I mean, you think about each decade he won and each decade he basically coached in. So to have that type of resume and to win, not year in and year out, but decade after decade after decade like that, that's a standard it's almost impossible to repeat. But just have a tremendous amount of respect for Coach Shula. The thing with him was he gave me my opportunity and drafted me to the Miami Dolphins, and so I'm forever indebted. But I got a chance to learn it the correct way. And what I mean by that was, discipline, surrounded by guys. When I got there, it was already set in place, with Marino, Mark Duper, Mark Clayton. Those were the guys that were the leaders on the offense, and they demanded excellence. So it was just a trickle-down effect that, hey, if you're going to be here, this is the way things are done. And, you take pride in things. And not only just being a great player, but you had to do the mental side of it as far as watching film, that type of preparation in order to be successful. And he always preached about the little things, mental errors, not making penalties. And I think a lot of times when you're matched against a team that might be a little bit better or just as good as you, it's the little things a lot of time and that discipline that makes a difference in you coming out with a win versus a loss. So, and those things transition not only in football, but, in life as well. And those were instilled in me, charity, giving back to those that were less fortunate than I was. And, Coach Shula was a big part of that. I remember when I came in, United Way, but he was, philanthropy. He was always looking for opportunities to give back several organizations. So, and then he was able to transition after being a football coach that long to being a tremendous, great businessman and still continue to do charity work and stuff. So I think that just speaks volume. It's not only that he was well-rounded. He checked all the boxes. He did it all. And I think that's why you see other guys, Marino and some of those guys that had success because they went through it and they remember some of the stuff that he instilled in us as players and where we're able to be successful even after life, after football.
It seems like one of these things that separates, the real great coaches from, some really good coaches is that teaching you how to be a man also, like how to carry yourself outside of the world of football. Like you said, that mental toughness and that discipline that carries over into your everyday life. And that's what it seems like those great ones have. And that what, he had as well.
Oh, no question. And, it's amazing you bring that up because I think most of the time you come into the National Football League, you probably now you can be anywhere from 20 to 21, but I was 22, normally 22, 23 years old. And you're just thinking about playing in the NFL where I think he had lived his life and he realized that eventually it's a cycle. You only get to play this game for so long, but you're going to have to transition into something else after the game is over. So I think he just worked that into his coaching. And, I even talked to guys like Zonka, Kick. Some of the guys played in the 70s, and it's the same. I mean, I think he was tougher probably on them back then. And when I played in the 90s, he was much younger. But, the stories are consistent. What he demanded of them was the same thing he demanded of us. So he figured it out, and he didn't reinvent the wheel. I'll just say it that way.
Absolutely. Do you we've heard a lot of like favorite memories shared since his passing. I hate to put you on the spot, but you got a favorite memory for us?
The one that really two sticks out to me is when we were in Philadelphia on the road, and I just can't remember. I remember either Dan got hurt and couldn't finish the game. Doug Peterson finished the game in Philly. We were on the road, and that's when he became the winningest coach in the NFL. So I was fortunate to be part of that. And what was kind of ironic, I'm saying somebody, was that, Doug finished the game, and now he's the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
So, you're taking a guy that's second, third string quarterback, and not that he playing, but, you learn those things. And he was up under some great coaches, but I'm sure he would testify and definitely tell you that Coach Shula made a huge impact on him as well, even when he was with the Dolphins. And then I can remember my rookie year, making the Pro Bowl, and we did the announcements in the meeting, and he saved my name for last, and it was a shock because I didn't know, but I could tell he was truly happy that I had got that award, and he felt it was deserving. So the thing is, I tell people, you can have a tough coach, and I say, but the thing is that if players know you generally care about them, and they'll trust you, they'll lay it on the line for you. And I think that was the way, we knew Coach Shula, he was tough, but we knew he cared about us. So, we just went out there and just did what we had to do.